Hey there everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood Chadderbox here with another video for you guys in the CCC community on avoiding the most common of audio sins. So today we're going to be talking about plosives and pop filters or windscreens or whatever you guys like to call them. It really doesn't matter what the proper term for them is, it's more about the proper usage of these wonderful devices. First, I'm going to start by saying in many scenarios, pop filters are unnecessary if you implement proper mic technique and positioning, okay? So I'm gonna give a shout out real quick to the amazing Dan Leonard, one of the founders of WOVO, the World Voice Organization. They set the world standard for how a proper professional home studio should sound, and he gave me some great tips on proper mic placement that basically completely erased the need for a pop filter. So, on with the show. What is a pop filter? Well, a pop filter is a device that is used to diffuse the inrush of air towards your microphone's diaphragm. It comes in many shapes and sizes and colors and materials like cloth and metal screens, but in most situations it really just comes down to personal preference. However, I will agree that there are some better suited for certain scenarios than others. Up next, we need to understand the key word here, plosives. What is a plosive? Well, as you just heard, a plosive is the inrush of air into the microphone after certain consonants that require the mouth to be closed fully and result in a burst of air afterwards. Most commonly P's, T's, B's, D's, and we're going to include F's into this list because the entire letter is basically based around blowing air out of your mouth, and so that can cause issues as well. Ideally, the goal is to avoid plosives at all costs. Now we'll show you a few techniques to eliminate plosives before they start with a pop filter and proper mic technique. Here's my pop filter. I have my mouth approximately 6 to 10 inches away from the microphone with my pop filter in the middle, or if anywhere else, closer towards my mouth. Here's a little picture to explain why. The pop filter diffuses and breaks up the air into many different directions upon passing through the material, and as you move it closer to the mic, the diffusion becomes less effective, and more of the air makes its way into the diaphragm. As you move the screen further away, the air has more places to escape to and creates less of an impact on the diaphragm. Here's a quick video to show how this is actually implemented in real life. Awesome. Now take what we just showed you and put it to work. Now, on to the next part, avoiding pop filters altogether by implementing proper mic technique. I'll show you multiple positions for microphone placement and describe how this will help cut down with plosives. Position 1, on your desk. Unless you're used to talking down to people, this is kind of an unnatural position. You want your listeners and your audio to sound like it's coming from somebody right in front of them, speaking towards them. So logically, you can assume that a microphone picks up its best quality when it's used at eye or ear level. Also, many times in a person's speech, the air is forced downwards, so having it at this location means that your speech goes directly into the microphone, and many times will also increase the likeliness of plosives. This position is great for podcasters and live streamers, but it really isn't recommended for picking up broadcast quality voiceover. Also, it's not recommended for being on your desk because it'll oftentimes pick up a bunch of stuff, it'll pick up sounds from your desk and it'll basically get in the way if you're trying to type and stuff, and that's just pesky. Position 2, in front of you at mouth level. And I'm not using a pop filter right now, but it would definitely be recommended if you're using this kind of setup. And also, this is a slight step up, but it's still unnatural. You're speaking directly into the microphone, and contrary to belief, this is incorrect. Unless you're recording ASMR, no one wants to feel squeamishly uncomfortable like you're standing right next to them speaking directly into their ear. And finally, position 3, elevated above you, top down at ear and eye level. This is the best possible mic placement due to the natural tone of picking up your voice, and it will sound the most natural for most condenser microphones. And also, look at all the space I got now. I can definitely do my action sequence as a Also, the funny thing about it, when I use this method, I don't even need a sound screen or a pop filter at all. And somehow, it also manages to cut down on all the room noise. Any little bit of reverb or room echo that was left in my room untreated, it just gets cut away from somehow with this kind of setup, which is very convenient. And now it's time for the bonus round! Okay, so we all know that sometimes plosives happen, alright? What are we gonna do about it? Let's say you just did a very long directed session and you got the perfect read and you have that perfect line, but there's a pesky plosive in it. Do you re-record? What do you do? I mean, yes, you can re-record, it's up to you, but we're gonna show you how to use some very simple audio editing to get rid of that plosive and keep that line in that take. So here's our sample track. Don't eat those peppers. Don't eat those peppers. You can hear from the first one there's a slight plosive, and then the second one the plosive is definitely dampened. So if we zoom into the waveform here, we can see this low dip. This is the plosive. So we know that a plosive is essentially a direct impact of air into the microphone's diaphragm, causing a heavy, low-frequency bassing sound, you know, like a beatboxer. And that's what we want to get rid of. So think about it this way. If we don't like the bass, let's just get rid of the bass. Bass and treble, -20. Apply that here. Don't eat those peppers. And this gives you this. Boom. See the difference it makes? You can try your best to avoid plosives at all costs, but operator error always happens. So, there you go, guys. I hope that helps. We've got a lot more tutorials coming your way, guys, along with a lot of awesome featured content from CCC. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Also, leave a comment down below if you guys have a specific kind of tutorial you'd like to see in the future. And as always, don't forget to cast a wide net with CCC. Take care, everyone.